All right, let's do it. What up? What up? What up?
Yo.
It is the Shake and Break Show, episode 25. Your boy Poppy on here with the God Enzo and a very, very special guest. We got Deep Fry Breaks in the building. What up, Blake?
What's going on? How are y'all? Thanks for having me.
Dude, of course. Happy to have you. Thanks for making the time to chop it up with us.
Yeah.
But before we get too into it, though, we always start off with an icebreaker. Everybody knows this. All right, what's the one card that you pulled that you were like, all right, I'm gonna move to Nicaragua and never talk to anyone again? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, everyone knows Griffies don't ship.
Okay.
Who was, not that we've ever pulled anything of note, but the Griffey one, I always joke around about that. And some like new guy jumped in one time and I was just like, yeah, well, the guy was all excited. He hit a Mariners and a random. I was like, I mean, that's great and all, but Griffies don't ship. He's like, wait, what?
Wait, what a second.
I was like, I'm kidding. Like, of course you get all your cards. It's just a stupid joke that I have going on, and then I don't think the guy ever broke with me again after that. I don't know, but yeah.
You know what? That's not somebody whose money you want.
Yeah.
No, that reminds me when Papillon used to break Mosaic, he would say NFL debut instead of debut. And somebody in chat was like, it's pronounced debut.
He like raged. He's like, I'm never breaking here again. I was like, cool, bro.
Again.
Was that a good crack, Enzo?
That was an 8 out of 10.
I looked down. It sounded nice.
A little Coke Zero action. Not a paid ad. No, but oh man, I'm missing a chat, aren't I? I think Blake was about to help me out. Have you ever pulled a one of one?
I pulled Kenny one, yeah.
Oh, what was it?
Oh, he's being funny about it.
What was Kenny's? Brandon Crawford? Christine, I think.
Oh, nice.
Wasn't that right?
PC hit.
So you mentioned it to me in chat that Topps Chrome Black is a product that you really, really like. What are, aside from that, or even if that's like one of your favorites, like tell us about some of your like favorite products that you've ripped, that you like to collect.
That's one of those that like I pound the table for. That we kind of you hit on it for a second and you said you were going to say, but like that it should be worth more. It should be more universally loved, I guess. I still don't know where and when these meetings are that the collective decides what we do and don't like. Especially the Bowman one. I've never been invited to that. I'm glad they finally let a comic, somewhat get a little love, but maybe Shimmers will get there one day. But Topps Chrome Black is, it's one of those that every time I break it, it is pretty hit or miss. But Bowman's probably the go-to just because the value and stuff that you can do. I love ripping baseball or football and basketball, but we just I kind of started doing all baseball at first and didn't really build up any allocations. Everything I was getting football and basketball secondhand and didn't really have the crowd to do it, so mostly baseball. And then Bowman finest, I always try to get my hands on some finest if I can, older and newer, of course. But I don't anything but heritage. It's just my go-to.
Yeah,
This is my kind of guy.
Right. And anyone who's cross-platform in here knows that.
Yeah, we're pretty big on like not ripping things we don't like.
Right.
It's very rare that happens, but there are new releases that we just won't rip, and that's kind of probably the little bonus about not having allocation is we do get to be a little choosy about what we purchase instead of being like, here's 40 cases of update, have fun.
Yeah, they Heritage is one. I think those are actually like my most watched streams because it's an ultimate hate rip, and it's there's some good stuff up there, but it's we spent 2 hours getting to it, and there's 8 cards out of the 3,200 that are actually exciting. So yeah, I'm with you. I don't every now and then, yeah, if I get a couple boxes of something, I'll rip it cheap or just mix it in with something. But
Yeah.
yeah, and for the most part, don't break much that I don't like or get excited about because you can tell, and if someone's not excited to be ripping the stuff they're ripping, it's like
Yeah, it comes
I
through
did
the
this. I
keys.
started this because it's a hobby for me, and I tell people, and people believe me, they don't. Like I get just excited pulling something big for someone else. I do myself, so it's you can definitely tell. Again, heritage is kind of one of those hate rips, but other stuff like archives I used to hate, but the past couple of years actually been pretty good. And I'm kind of excited to rip it tomorrow, and stuff like that. But yeah, you can tell that if somebody's not wanting to rip something that, that that's not the best quality.
Yeah, so actually that's one of the things that, I've enjoyed about watching some of your breaks in the past is like I actually like can tell that like you enjoy this. And to me that makes like a world of difference.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I was unemployed for 6, 8 months and I was doing just this, but like we weren't scaled to the point where it was like feasible. And it was an
Right.
absolute grind. And there was days during that I was like, I don't want to do this. And I told Enzo, I said, like, the second that I'm able to like recalibrate, like I never want to be in that spot again. Cause like that we're doing this so we can have fun.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I get there are months I feel like that it's kind of like that because I'm pretty open about everything. Me and my wife kind of does all the. I call her my CFO. She's kind of the money person.
That's Enzo.
And we
That's Pop's wife too, aka Enzo.
Enzo.
like we run everything. We try to run everything off credit cards just so we can get the points and stuff. Especially on product and everything like that. And we try to pay it back every month so we're not carrying anything over. And there's some months where you're just kind of you're like, oh crap, I got to get X amount before the end of the month, so I don't have to pay anything, interest or anything. And it's like I hate when that happens, not because of course it's stressful and stuff, but yeah, like it takes the joy out of it. And I don't want to do this, I mean, only as a like it is my job, and it's very fortunate that it is able to be my job. But at the same time, it's like I hate when it gets to that point, and it's necessary some months, obviously, if you're going to do it like we are, and it's one of those like yeah, I don't it's not like I genuinely look forward to the next day, like getting up and going to work, if you will, like coming up to my office, and I definitely hadn't had that in the past, but there are months or a couple days a month every now and then at the end of the month where it's just like it's up against it, we'll be fine, but it's not as enjoyable. So yeah,
For
I think
sure.
that's actually what I tell Pop. I say, "Don't worry, Pop. It'll be fine."
But
Okay.
but we really got to move this case.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, and I think for us, like to your point, like it's the fact that we like want to log in and work, and that like we want to put in the time and
Right.
the energy. There's not a lot of things that produce money that people can do and actually enjoy. And obviously, everyone has different things for themselves. But us finding this has been such a really like cool thing. And we always make the joke we're lucky because we get to play it on co-op, and most people are playing it on
Right.
solo.
Oh, I tell, yeah, they're especially, back to Heritage and like some of the longer breaks, like, I actually have gotten to where I enjoy like flagship products, especially if it's more the jumbo stuff. You can kind of, flip towards the middle and get to the hits and stuff. And,
Yeah.
but, I tell people, I'm like, I'm gonna fall asleep at the wheel over here if we don't get a little something in the chat. Like, let's, give me something, somebody throw something. Let's like obscure 90s baseball player or something. Keep me awake over here.
Yeah.
Kenny said you're gonna end up on the TikTok this week.
I don't know anything about TikTok. That scares me. So yeah.
Kenny's been doing some video edits and clips for our social media. So he's the Ken turn. So he's gonna put you in some of these. Again, we're really happy to be able to have you on because so many of our close friends are part of your community. So to be able to kind of bridge that gap has been really cool. Nothing but good things from everyone but Chris. Chris had some issues, but
he had some choice words, but we got through it.
He's my IT guy in California. I didn't really know it, but he finds himself having to fix my problems from time to time. So yeah, I get him.
He's a good dude.
No, he just one day was like, I can, because when we first, we moved probably about a year, almost 2 years ago now, and for the longest time the internet just sucked. I mean, it was supposed to be like gig, but it never really. And then there'd be breaks half the time where I'd be in and out, and it got into where it was like pretty bad. And Chris was like, I can help you with this stuff. It's kind of what I do. And I was like, okay, don't offer that olive branch if you don't want me to take it. And so he helped me out one day and threw some break credit his way at the end. But like, it was just, that's, the kind of people that, and it's not just Chris, obviously. That was just, kind of, that's a great part about all this. And you guys definitely have the community aspect of it. And the people willing to help. Like, he didn't do it because he thought he might get some break credit at the end, and he just did it because he wanted to help. And that's the way it should be. I mean, it's a hobby. So
yeah, it's
you live in California. I got that right. Yeah.
No,
I can go pull up a label.
Oh man, Chris has a burner address.
Yeah, right, Chris. You got some explaining to do.
Yeah, right? Chris has a burner address in California.
In Scottsdale. We talk about the restaurant. You told me the name like 4 times. I do forget.
That's true. You might be talking about Chris Day. We're thinking of Chris Knight. That's the confusion.
No, I'm Chris Day here. Yeah, no, Chris Day is also not in California.
Oh man. Where's my list? Enzo, what do we got? I don't know where my list went.
Yeah, so Blake, I got a question for you. Why the name Deep Fried Breaks? Like, tell me the origin of that.
Yeah, so what's more southern than that, right?
That's
in Alabama. No, I started. I used to do like a gambling. It started as like a blog, and then turned into a podcast, and it was Deep Fried Bets, and that was the original origin. From that was want to lean into the southern thing, and then when I switched over as Deep Fried Cards, or not switched over when I started this, it was just Deep Fried Cards at first because I wanted to be more than breaks, but kind of rebrand it to the breaks thing because it made more sense. But yeah, nothing. The irony of it is now I have celiac, so I can't really eat anything deep fried. So it's just like,
that's brutal.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think I remember when you were, I think it was last season you started doing the Deep Fried Bet stuff. I remember I was following along.
Yeah, I did it.
God, we started. You gotta be honest, we love betting college football. That's kind of
oh yeah.
I started doing that like, God, probably in some shape, form, or fashion, like 8-9 years ago, just trying to, and I could never crack it, like trying to actually get. And we got the podcast like 2017 was probably the heyday of it, and like we had the Bear, who's ESPN, a couple different like pretty decent guests, and it just never really caught on. It got to where I would be. It was another one was working a full-time job, and then would come home and whatever night it was, the podcast night, it'd be like 6-7 hours of like the podcast, the interviews, and then trying to edit it all together and put it out, and then it was just. I still loved doing it, but it never really got anywhere. Then I started like doing breaks, and I was like, hey, this this actually makes a little money. This other thing just costs money and time trying to put it out there. So my buddy that I co-hosted with, he's like, come on, we got to keep doing it. I was like, you show up for an hour every week and just rattle off hot takes and you're done with it. Like that's, so,
yeah, it's always the guy on that end that's like, oh, let's go.
Yeah, what are you talking about? This is easy. I'll do it. I'm like,
come on, man, I'm amped. I'm ready.
Like I had to match levels for 6 hours last week.
Right. It's like in the first season, he's a little off the radar. He's my best friend, but he nothing too crazy. But at the time I was like, kind of looking for a new job and stuff like that. And it was very public, which I didn't mind. Like I actually got brought up in an interview one time and I was just like, yeah, it's just something me and my buddy do for fun. Like I'm not a raging gambler or anything like that. Maybe I am, but like that, no. And it was one of those, like, the first season, he would always be like, oh, yeah, I've been out the bar for the past 2 hours. And just, I'd have to go back and, like, edit half the stuff he said. And I'm like, okay.
That's great. We all have a few of those friends.
Yeah.
We have a friend of ours that we've actually had him on the podcast sober, but he pops into our late night breaks randomly. He'll like pop into our chat and be like, hey guys, you guys breaking? I'm like, yeah, we're breaking. But like those are the same people that, as crazy as they are, they're always there for you. They always got your back. Oh, yeah. So it's like, you take the good with the bad.
Right. Yeah. Just try to avoid the real bad part.
Yeah. Well, we either avoid it or we're part of it. It just depends on the scenario.
Or, we might actually incite it sometimes. You know what I mean?
Right.
It depends.
Oh man. So you said you started your heyday for the podcast was like 2017. What got you into the hobby and like when did you start breaking?
Yeah. So I probably got like the same origin stories a lot, definitely collected as a kid and did all that. And then, stopped when I was, I guess, 11, 12, I don't know. And then, didn't do anything with it. Mom called in like 2014 or so, they were moving and she said, hey, I found all your old baseball cards and stuff under your bed, while we were cleaning up your room. Do you want them? Like, I'm just going to throw them out. I don't think we're going to move these. Don't throw them out. Let me look at them next time I'm up there, just out of curiosity, see what I had, see if anything's worth anything. And so, of course, naturally, you just kind of start going through all of them. And like, oh yeah, that's cool, and looking it up. And it's like, is there even a market for this? And then found like a local shop like 30 minutes away the next weekend. I was like, I'm just curious. I'm gonna be in the area. I just want to see what baseball cards look like, and bought a couple packs just to kind of see what was going on, and it kind of slow rolled from there into kind of get back into it here and there. Then picked up steam and probably did that for like a year or two. Then I got in a break and I was like, whoa. I think the second break I ever got in was like a single box random division of Bowman's Best in 2016 with top shelf breaks. Hit an orange Trout auto and like $19. And I was like, this is the greatest thing in the world, and $19. I got a Trout auto. This thing's worth like $1,000. Still have it, but I have hit very few cards that big since, but so it just was getting in breaks for a while. Then it was like, hey, I'm spending too much money doing this. I need some extra money. So I kind of started doing it to fuel my hobby interest. And I would say for 2 years, like almost everything I made breaking just went immediately back into other breaks or boxes and stuff. And then finally, really, I guess when the pandemic started and it was kind of doing it, it was still working full time and then breaking at night. My wife said, you're putting way too much time into this to not, be putting some in the savings or keeping some of it. She's like, I know, like, you kind of did this to have extra money in the hobby, but you're spending way too much time doing this to not do a little bit back. I was like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. So then kind of started doing that. And then obviously, once I got full time with it, it's still a considerable chunk of it still goes back to the hobby. But now it goes to diapers and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think me and Pop kind of both have similar stories. Like when we first started, we weren't. I mean, I wasn't doing anything Pop. I don't know about you, but it was going right into breaks, singles.
Oh yeah,
like, it was kind of a way, like you said, to fund your hobby interest and just kind of do a little more than you normally could.
Yeah, it's definitely a slippery slope. I was, when I first got into it, it's like, oh yeah, and then you kind of find all that. At first, it was like, all right, I'm not doing football because I don't want to, like, I'm already pretty deep in the baseball stuff. I don't want to open up another avenue, and I stayed pretty good about that until, I'm a big Alabama guy, until Tua went to the league. I'm like, all right, this is our first quarterback, so
gonna make an exception here,
right? And kind of, I'm still not crazy into. I mean, it's probably my favorite sport, but it is, just because of the price. I mean, I don't know. I feel like baseball, you can find stuff, and football, it just seems so quarterback driven. And if you're not in one of those, and I don't know, it's a different world out there, and yeah, than the other stuff. So I'm still a little bit into it, but not as much.
Yeah, so I mean, we rip a little bit of everything, and you're absolutely right on football. It's very quarterback driven, and especially during the season, it can be like very week to week, where like a wide receiver, Tank Dell can have a game, and everyone wants Tank Dell cards, and then he won't have games, and he will be irrelevant again, and it's just like it's very it's very wishy washy. Whereas baseball, for the most part, if the prospect's hot, he's going to be hot for 8 months until he proves reason not to be hot.
Right.
And like,
a little while.
Yeah, but like they don't. Yeah, but like football, there's like no leash on this. It's just like the second they start sucking, it's like, bro, CEH cards.
Edward Hilaire cards going for $20.
Oh yeah, Edward Hilaire. Yeah, I remember 2020 was the first year I like did any, and we were doing like mosaic single box, just random packs, and because it actually came out like right before the season started, and I had bought a couple extra boxes for myself and had been in some other breaks, and I just remember like that first noon window or 1 o'clock window on Red Zone, and you're just kind of scrolling through Twitter, and you just see left and right like, oh, so and so scored a touchdown. Oh, here's Lamar Jackson. He just scored a touchdown. $75. I'm like, I'll take it. And then an hour later, he scores another, and that same card is like $85. I was like, what? So, I remember one Sunday I told my wife, "It's like, all right, I've got a stack of guys, just a stack of cards right here, and I'm just going to sit here, and every time somebody scores a touchdown or does anything, I'm just going to put a card up." And I did it for like an entire, 6 hours, and probably sold like $200-300 worth of stuff, like 30 different cards, just guys scoring left and right. I was like, this is, with baseball, it's like, unless somebody just, like a prospect comes up or somebody comes back from injury or something, it's, it takes a while.
A more. It's got to be like a World Series, like a Adolis Garcia.
And then it has to be the right parallel, because heaven forbid you have a Bowman Chrome Green, it will be buried with you. And I don't understand.
We won't talk about it, Pop.
No, we're talking about it. Dude, I was trying to like give away this Bowman Chrome Green at 99 Evan Carter, and I couldn't like fucking give it away. It sold raw for 300. I was asking for 200 shipped and insured in a box, and couldn't give it away.
It's nuts. I don't. That's what I'm saying. You got the Bowman meeting that no one knows about, where they decide what we do and don't like. And
they need to let us in the council
meetings. Okay,
you definitely go to the meetings, 100%. You're the reason that shimmers don't do as well as trues.
Look, I don't like shimmers, but I love atomics and I love speckles. Right? I'm improving.
One day, man. One day you'll get on the wave.
Some of the shimmers are.
I like the waves.
Yeah.
The waves this year are actually really insane looking.
I don't know if it's just like the logic in my brain, but like I just if it's numbered out of something, that's the value to me. Like
I agree.
Aesthetically, like I get it. There's some cards that are hideous and like fine, but like a basic color or a basic shimmer or mini diamond or sparkle or like whatever, like to me it's more important what it's out of than it is like the color. But for whatever reason, Bowman and even Tops, no one believes that shit. Everyone.
No.
Whereas, like, I don't have to explain that to somebody that buys basketball or football. Like, I don't have to tell them that. They get it, and I don't know where the
silver
disconnect
prisms,
is.
I think, are like the one that break that rule, right? Like silver prisms are like the
silver prisms do more than like $2.99 sometimes.
Especially
like
it's crazy.
I ran some consignments for a guy this last. I guess I think they ended Monday. It's Corbin Carroll. It's Bowman Sterling, so it wasn't true Bowman, but like it's 2021. He had a run of Corbin Carroll prospect stuff and pretty much every color except red and the super, and like 3 different. So like Black Atomic did the most, but I think to 50 outsold to 25, and then to 125 outsold to 99. And I was like, it was just printing the labels and stuff. I was like, that's weird. And it was like a decent difference too. It wasn't like just like I think the to 125 did like 135, and the to 99 did like 100. I was like, what is going on? Yeah.
It's so wild to me. 99. For sure. But yeah, it's just wild to me. Like to your point, I don't know where that meeting is, but like it definitely happens because I remember like explaining the hobby, quote unquote, to Enzo when he first got into it. And I told him the Panini rules, the football, basketball rules, because that's what I was into. And then he started getting into Bowman, and he's telling me all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, what do you mean the out of 99 is not as good as the, 199?
It's like buying fuchsia shimmers, and I'm like, Pop, let's have a talk, brother. Let's have a talk.
Yeah.
I was like, it's numbered. That's how it's numbered.
He's like, I got a really good deal. I'm like, I bet you did.
That was the one, like, what was it? 3Ds, like the Topps 3D cards. I sat there and it was just, I thought I'd found this huge market inefficiency. I was like, all right. And I always tell people, general rule of thumb, if you ever see me buying a card to like flip or any type of prospect or something that I'm buying up, if you have any of those cards, sell them immediately. I don't think I've ever bought a card to flip that I made money on. Like with these sold birthday cards. Like, it's just, I see all these guys on Twitter, they'll buy a card and it'll be for sale 2 hours later, and I'm sure they're making 20% markup. I'm like, I would lose 50% in 45 minutes if I could. Like, but it's, I don't know. So, but it's, what was I saying? Like with the way that just all of the, how they, I don't get it. Like, I don't know how they make up the rules on what's good and what's not, but.
Or like Bowman Ascensions, they're case hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, case hits get no love in baseball.
Right. Oh yeah, the 3D. That's what it's.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't understand. It's a case hit.
Yeah.
If this was a Panini stained glass or a color blast, you'd lose your mind. But like,
like I bought a case of Top Sonic. We did a couple of them last week just on randoms because they were so cheap. One of my distributors had them like $6.50 or whatever a case, and I was like, yeah, well. And I bought one. I was like, I think I could get back. And so like, yeah, they have the expose case hit or whatever, which that's the only product it's in. It's the only year they did the Sonic. And I hit Bobby Witt base. And I was like, okay, that's probably the best. I don't know if J Rod has one or not, but I was like, that's probably the best guy you can have. It's like $30. And I was like, this is his base sell for more than this. And it's like,
they numbered the expose this year. So this year they're at what, pop out of 10, I think. We haven't
Yeah.
even hit one out of 5 or 10.
It's the whole thing. Yeah, but that was my thing with 3D. I was just like, I was sitting there pounding the table. It was like at the height of the bat down Acuna phase or the craze, and
Oh yeah.
I was like, this card is like 10% of the pop. It's the same picture. It's also just 3D, which makes it even cooler, but it goes for like a third of the price. And I just went out and bought, Acuna. Well, I think I already had. I don't know. I bought like all the big names in 3D in a PSA 10. And like, I mean, I had a save search. Like Kyle Tucker was popping up. I was grabbing it. Eloy, grabbing it. Like anything 2018, 2019, just because the pop was so low on all of them. But finally, I was just like, all right, it doesn't matter what I think. Nobody cares. Like, again, the meeting I get to go to, maybe I can. The Acuna I did all right on just because I think it finally people realized. But like Tatis, even at the height of his stuff, I think I sold it for like 60% of what I paid for it. And just because no one ever realized, you could sit there and tell people like, look, this is a third of the pop, is this other SP you're paying 4 times more for. We don't care. This is the card, so.
Yep. Yeah,
that is pretty crazy.
That stuff definitely like bothers me.
You're right. Like football, basketball, if it's, then it's way more valuable. Like
there's hideous cases out there.
Yeah.
That like you're like, but they're
the honeycombs. We talked about them on.
Yeah, the honeycombs are like,
honeycombs just look like orange fluorescence.
Yeah,
they do really well.
Yeah.
I think the Genesis looks better, but
yeah.
honeycombs do better.
No, I agree. Genesis way better. Yeah.
But what do we know? We just. I'm just a guy in Florida opening boxes.
Right.
Yeah.
So you say you're an Alabama fan. What's your like biggest PC? Is it something Alabama or is it something?
Ooh, I'm kind of in between PCs, if that makes sense.
I get it.
So like, Trout was kind of, when I was coming up in collecting, he was, kind of the guy I enjoyed watching play most. So I was like, this is the one, I always, didn't have a kid at the time, but like my collecting thing was like, I want stuff that's going to be super valuable for a son one day, down the line. My son that I don't have, which now I do, but and so it was stuff like that. And so I had a lot of nice Trout stuff, and I still have most of it, just because nothing like crazy, but like all of his base rookies and PSA 10 or back at 9.5 and a couple older autos and stuff like that. And still have most of those, mainly because his market's so terrible that like I, again, would take a huge hit on almost everything I have. And so, that David Ortiz is kind of, I'm a Red Sox fan. So I saw somebody ask, that's the jersey above me is him. But
I know if you can see it in the background. Oh, there it is on my camera.
I got a green monster sign above my door.
Nice.
Yeah, we're both Red Sox fans too, so you're in good company.
Yeah, perfect. So, and I tried to do him, and then I kind of got to the point where like I don't ever, again, I try not to buy stuff to flip, or just with the sole intent of flipping it. But I've gotten to the point now where I'm just kind of moving stuff around, and it's just like I like to have stuff that is a little more liquid in case I need to. And so Ortiz was kind of another guy. Luis Robert, here in Birmingham, I watched him come up, play with the Barons. It's like, this kid is going to be unreal. So kind of started collecting some of his stuff then, and still had a decent amount of it. Again, he just had his best year by far that he's ever had, and it's most of it is way down from what I paid for it. So but other than that,
2020 took us all.
Yeah, no, 2020 Lou Bob craze was nuts.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Man, I had 100 PSA 9 and 10 Gavin Luxes lying around my office. So
I stopped. I submitted
paperweights.
I submitted 100. I literally did a submission that had 100 base in it, and when I got them back, the 10s were doing like close to $100, and that was the phase where we loved PSA 10 flagship base cards, and then an hour later, we hated them.
It was right when you got your sub back.
So
exactly.
crazy enough.
Like, had you given me a week to flip everything, I could have done all right. But now, I literally like be moving boxes. I'm like, oh, there's one. I found one yesterday. So on the
Yeah, no, I sent in a ton like right before PSA shut down.
Yeah.
So 9 months later, I get this sub back, and it was just full of flag shit base. And like I get it, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna run a stack sale, $5 a slab.
You had like 10 Kyle Lewis cards.
Oh yeah,
man, I
think Kyle Lewis is probably retired. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, all of that, like, and then Tua was another guy that, you know, I still have some nice stuff of his, but I don't know how people play in that world all the time. Like, he's a little bit different story, you know. Burrow, Mahomes, and you know, a little more sustainable. Like, you know, I went to several like close scrimmages and stuff, and like dude's got all the talent in the world, but obviously a little different, you know. And then when the concussions kind of started racking up last year, I'm like, again, it's not. I'm not being financially responsible or anything, but at the same time, it's like this guy is, you know, I hate to say it, but he's like one hit away from this $2,500 card being worth, you know, a couple hundred just to the right person. And I just, you know, honestly, I got out of most of it. I've still got some stuff that I wouldn't mind. But yeah, that's what I hate about all this stuff. And, you know, I guess that's the old thing, you know, Charizard can't tear an ACL. And like, at the same time, I want to collect guys that, you know, I know vintage is everybody, you know, and there's definitely a lot to it. And that's another one of those like rabbit holes I can't put myself down, because I know if I do, it's just going to be an avalanche of me buying vintage left and right. So I have done everything I can to avoid it. And I know that it's way more safe and stuff, but I still like collecting guys that I can turn on the TV and watch.
For sure. I mean, I've gotten bit by my fair share of, you know, bad buys. I am probably the world's largest Jalen Reagor collector.
Okay.
So I have a slew of 1-of-1s out of 25s, freaking tie-dye select, like all the cool stuff. But yeah, I obviously it's worth nothing now. But to that point, like I enjoy collecting people that are still playing. I think like what's interesting is like people forget that like one day these cards are going to be vintage. And it's not to say that they're all going to be worth something, because just like older cards now, there's a bunch of junk too. But if the player does like transcend their generation, which you could probably make the argument for 5 to 8 players in each sport that are like capable of that, you know, those guys are going to be worth something someday. And, you know, for that reason, I don't mind playing in that world. But when it comes to like these quarterbacks that, I mean, aside from Mahomes, it's all chance. Mahomes is the only, like, the closest thing to a sure thing that's like left in the league as far as somebody that's going to like transcend this generation. And then it's just like, so like, I don't trust any of the other stuff.
Like even Mahomes last year, and that's what I don't understand. It's like his stuff was down after he won a Super Bowl from when it was preseason. I don't. Yeah.
It's like, what more did you want from him?
What could he have
because
done
he only
better,
threw
guys?
for 100 something yards? Like, did he need 400 yards to get the value back? Yeah. I mean, Mahomes. Yeah, totally agree. I mean, and even, you know, as an Alabama guy and watching Burrow at LSU, it's a little tough. But I would say, I mean, that dude is like just the way he carries himself, and you know his build and everything. Which he's been hurt a couple times, but I still think.
And that's the thing is like, you know, and same with Tua and shit. Even Hurts is like, these guys are great, and then what they're doing is phenomenal. Also, like, in order for the cards to be like genuinely worth what a lot of them cost right now, like they would need to do this for years, because some of them are like up there with Mahomes cards, And Mahomes is, again, the most proven thing that we have as far as like modern football card collecting. And and his market is kind of just plateaued. But everyone's playing catch up to that. And it's like, you're going to be better than that. That's where this card's priced. Like, good luck.
Yeah, and you can't hit on
it's always the what if.
Stuff. It's like, if you're not, and that's when I tell people, I'll have people come to me like, hey, I saw this, and this sold for, whatever. I'm like, unless you're just, it almost has to be your job if you're trying to just flip new stuff or, like I know we all see Ryan's cards, like Ryan is, he's buying stuff to flip like
instantly. Yeah, like it's always moving.
Like he's working the deal. Like you can't really be buying stuff, planning on flipping it in a couple weeks. And like honestly, half the time you can't be buying it waiting for the it to come in the mail a week later, which is it's like a lot of this stuff, again, kind of going back to like you said with the vintage thing, like it's all going to be vintage one day. You don't have to wait on that necessarily, but you might have to wait. Like the Mahomes stuff, anything you bought last year, you probably got to wait till he wins another one. And I mean, it's probably going to happen, but it's to really see another spike. And at this point, with a guy like that, you've got to see something substantial. And kind of with Burrow, it's like you probably got to see him get over the hump. Same with Josh Allen, like any of these guys, you've got to kind of see him get over the hump, and that's not just that or the hump or the next big thing. And that's where I guess I don't have the patience, or I don't know. Like I've recently bought a Jackson Holiday. Like I like the mega box short prints, the Mojos or whatever. So I bought a PSA 10, image variation of him. They paid like $500 for it in a Facebook room, and the most recent comp was like $525. I was like, it's like a pop 4, I'll pay a little, probably more than, I could probably get this guy down to $450, but I'll just go ahead and pay the $500. And I think I sold it at like $350 or $325 a week ago, and I had it like 6 weeks, and he literally didn't swing a bat in the time that I had it. And which I guess, again, it's probably one of those, if I wait till spring training next year, then if he gets an invite to camp, which I'm guessing he would, and has a good week or so, then it probably goes back. But it's like, if you're going to commit to flipping a card or holding a card to flip, you really got to you cannot do it with the intention of flipping in a month or 6 weeks or whatever. Like you've got to do it long run or instant.
And I mean, with prospects, you get their call up, right? Like that's your window. And like once they're called up, I mean, even if they do well, there's not really like a promise that it goes up from there.
No, we were talking about that in the break the other day. It's like, Ellie was the last guy to do it last year. Really, it took like Evan Carter. You're talking about that, green you had. He came up and was good, but he wasn't spectacular. He didn't hit for the cycle. He didn't steal, second, third, and home. And I remember when I worked full time in Merrill, I think it was Brennan Rodgers or someone. I had some stuff of his, nothing crazy, but he got called up, and we had a work event that night or something. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to really list any of his stuff. So I went and told my boss, like, hey, I got to run home. I got to take care of some stuff before this meeting that we've got tonight, just because I knew I had a window to get some of this stuff up, which is crazy. But it's like we were talking, the Caminero guy for the Rays was my example for this. We were breaking Bowman 2023 Bowman last week. That's like the worst thing that could have happened to that guy was that he got called up and spent 10 days in the majors when he probably wasn't ready to get called up.
Yep.
Because now that's all anybody's going points. And it's like, had he just not ever gotten called up, he would have had a full off season of a rise. And, going into February, he would be one of the hottest prospects anybody would be talking about. But because he spent 10 days doing what you're supposed to, doing what the ultimate goal for any prospect is, and he didn't, make SportsCenter top 10 or however, MLB Network, players of the week or whatever, it's not gonna. It's gonna take a while. Like he's gonna have to be hitting 350 or 300 with 10, 15 homers by middle of May to get back to where it was before he got called up.
Yep. Yeah, it's
call up is like the most sure thing ever. Like, somebody gets called up. If you have it, just list it.
List it immediately.
You might sell it, you might not, but if it sells, that's probably the best you're gonna do.
Yeah, because like even Wander, like, leading. I mean, obviously that's a different story now, but back before like 2022, that February, that stuff was insane. Like it was, and he came up, and I think he maybe got hurt or something. He came up the end of 2021. That's right. He came up the end of 2021 and had took him to the playoffs and was. That's right. Red Sox beat him, and he was like their best hitter that series, and that's kind of why his stuff was just. But I was like, even if he's an MVP finalist, his stuff's not going to be as high, in September or October, or as it is in February. So it's all about the hype and call up and stuff.
For sure. Now, with that, how do you see the hobby as a whole? Because if you go on Twitter, it's the end of the world. The hobby's melting. Fanatics sucks. Panini sucks. Everyone sucks. Breakers are ruining the hobby. That's what you see. But you're in it just as much as we are. What do you actually feel in the hobby?
We are ruining the hobby for sure. We are. Just this collective of three people right now is one of the worst things to ever happen in American history. Got it. I'm gonna hit on that real quick, and then I'll kind of get back to the grand scheme of things. Like my favorite thing used to be, product has definitely, settled. It's kind of flattened out a little bit, I guess you could say, pricing and stuff. But back 2018, 2019. Topps and Panini and all these guys, they were making nothing compared to what people were selling stuff for. I remember it used to be $76 for it was just the flat rate kind of for a Bowman hobby box if you got it direct, and a jumbo was $94. And 2020 hit if you got it direct. Again, no one's getting it direct hardly. And then it got to the point where I think 2020 hit, and the jumbos were $450 on release, and people were paying $94 and getting $450, which good for them. But the sell sheets would get out, and everybody would be like, "Oh my God, every breaker is getting every box they have at this price," and I'm just like, no. If they were, then I remember the first time I logged into my distribution account. It was with Southern Hobby, and they had all the direct pricing. And I remember being at work. I called my wife on my work phone. I'm like, "Hey, we're about to be rich." She's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, I got this, my direct account now that I got my business license. I'm like, holy shit! You need to go. We need to go talk to a banker because we're gonna have to. I mean, you got to spend a little money to make money, but we're better be rolling in it." And she's like, "Okay." She's like, "Why would everyone not be doing this?" I'm like, "I don't know, but we found a little bit of a loophole." And it's obviously there are some that were getting it, but definitely more overhead and stuff like that. But now, the printing company or the manufacturers, they were like, "Hey, why should the other people be 4x in it?" Well, we're, so they kind of the discrepancy between what you pay, even if you have direct account, to what other people are paying is not a ton now. And honestly, it's they're putting in, but so that's always one of my favorite things when all that stuff got leaked, that everyone just assumed everyone was making, like Corey said, every breaker makes $1,000 a box. It's if I bring home $100 on a break, then that's a good break.
Right.
So, I mean, I think in the long run, I mean, this whole thing has peaks and valleys, like it always has. And
Yeah.
Again, I took like a probably 15-year hiatus just from when I was a kid, and obviously when I was a kid, I didn't know the business of it until I got back in. But like, yeah, Twitter's all doom and gloom about everything, which everyone loves to. Everyone, and I'm part of it too. Like I know I am. Sex sells is the whole thing. It's like the the hot flashy headline and doom and gloom is more exciting to talk about, but it like in the long run is people are too committed to it. They enjoy it too much. Like we're just three guys right now chopping it up, talking about cards. Like that's not going anywhere. The heart of this thing is not going anywhere. And like, yeah, you're gonna have I think you had a lot of people. The pandemic came in. Everyone that thought that they could go clear out a shelf at Walmart and grab an iPhone could be a breaker. It's like that's not how this works. You can try, but they got bored and sports came back and the world came back and they moved on to the next thing. And you kind of, I know everybody says like the sneaker flippers came in and the same thing. And I don't know enough about that world, but it's like the core of this thing is always going to be here. And so that's kind of my thing. It's like, it's not, I don't know like what the future holds with fanatics and all that. Like it's, I'll be honest, it's definitely more of a adjustment and it's different than I thought it was going to be. I really didn't know that we would see much of a change. Like, obviously I knew we would see some just in general, but in terms of, allocation or product cut to the way, they're shipping stuff out and even them doing direct drops and that kind of stuff. I do think that, they have a general, like, they don't like Ruben's been successful in everything he's done. Everybody might not love the guy, but he doesn't like there hasn't been a lot of failures. And it is a different industry. It's like not many places do you go where people just keep spending monies with companies they hate. And I do think a lot of people actually do hate these companies like Panini and Topps. Yeah. And I don't think I'm breaking any news, and I don't think I'm breaking any news to Panini or Topps. Like their customer service isn't like it hasn't been the best in the world. Like it's
right.
It's easier to deal with a cable company at times than it is to deal with somebody. But it's almost like they're almost like drug dealers. Like they know they don't have to. At times they don't have to be on top of everything because they know. But like it's not like yes, you do have the gamblers. They're just out there trying to chase a thrill, chase a big hit. But again, like I always come back to it. Like I said, like the heart of it is us three guys talking about it, or it's just it's people like I've met. Like I always talk about every time the 2 times I've been to Nashville. The best part about it is like you meet people that you've connected with through this, common interest, and it's like you've been lifelong friends. Like. Or it's just like it's not you meet them and it's not awkward. Like I'm kind of a socially awkward person, like I'm not, but like when I meet my wife's always like, oh God, you're gonna be. She's like, don't be too awkward, don't be too awkward. It's like I said, like it's we have a common interest. Like yeah, you take me to your work parties and stuff like that. I'm gonna be a little awkward because I don't want to talk to these people about what they want to talk to me about. Like unless they had, Ramondre Stevenson to score the first touchdown too, then I don't. But but like it's it's a common interest and it's a common thing, and that's not going anywhere. So I always think that's going to prevail. It's just a matter of what it looks like when the next ebb flows or whatever. Like you were talking about 2020 was insane. Like you had everybody, I always attribute it to there was no sports on, people couldn't gamble on sports, so people that did that came in the hobby. And I thought, one of my best friends I was talking about that I did the podcast with, like he used to give me so much shit. Oh, you play baseball cards again? I'm like, yeah, I am, I enjoy it, and he would come to my house, but you get some sick new cards in. I'm like, yeah, man, I did. Look at this card. This card's badass.
Please tell me this. Isn't that the greatest thing when you're trying to explain to someone that doesn't know the hobby at all? And they're like, oh, you do sports cards?
That's cool. My dad has sports cards.
Like, I play with baseball cards for a living. So, yeah. So, and like I thought I could get him. I'm like, all right, you're the biggest degenerate I know. There's nothing to bet on. Like, come on. Like, this is like, let me get you in a break. You're going to be hooked. And like, just the whole, he was just had it, like, he like just buddy shit talk, and like the whole him baked in all the shit talk is like, I can't do it. I'm not doing it. Which is probably right. Like, I'll get hooked and I can't do it. Like, I give you too much shit and I can't get involved. And I was like, okay, I guess. But so like, that crowd kind of came and went, and it's just, you're gonna have different people that come and go. It's gonna look different at times, but the heart of it is gonna remain the same, if you will. So,
well, I think to that point, and it's actually interesting because I'm just kind of just realizing it, but I feel like at least since I've gotten in the hobby, which was 2020, every little ebb and flow and people that come in and out, they like leave behind some of their people, right? So like there was people shit like us that got into this hobby in 2020 because there was nothing else going on and didn't know anything and whatever. And we didn't leave like everyone else. We stayed. And then there was sneaker flippers that didn't leave. They stayed. And there's gamblers that didn't leave. And I think with that, it's like, to your point, is like that heart is always going to be there, and it's actually like what makes this whole hobby like really cool is shit. We didn't know you aside from Twitter, and we were here having a really awesome conversation, and just like we've been friends for years and shit, and I think like that is ultimately like the best part of this whole thing is the interactions. You were talking about national, like shit. We have so much fun when we go to national, and
It's always about the people.
And we were lucky enough. We were lucky enough to share a booth with Midwest Box Breaks this past year. So we actually got to like break at the show, and as cool as that was, we were like, okay, like we're gonna be done breaking at 6. Why don't you guys meet us here at 6:45? We'll go grab dinner. We'll hang out. Because like that was what we really wanted to be doing, and not that we didn't want to break at the show, but like to us, the community and like each other is what makes this shit fun.
Yeah. I broke 2021. I did like a day of breaking. And yeah, it was fun, but it's like that was my whole thing this year. It's like I'm gonna leave myself open in case somebody was like, hey, let's go grab lunch, or something like. And even when I got back, I was like, I spent too much. Like I looked I didn't have to see every card there. Like, and that was, I came back being like, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done more of this. Like, I was in a group chat with some guys, and they were doing stuff outside of it, and like during the day they were like, hey, let's meet over here and hang out and see what we've got and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, hold on, I got to get to this next table. And I'm like, I didn't have to do that. And that was kind of, every time you go, you kind of pick up something new. And yeah, like the community, a funny story I've got, and buddy I work with, or used to work with at Merrill, he, I had no idea he collected cards. And so like when the pandemic hit, we were working from home, and I was breaking, I would always work till 5 or so. And then most days just kind of hop on right after and break for a little while, and then do whatever. So I was on a break, and a guy pops in the chat. He's like, Blake? It's like, yeah, I'm Blake. What's up? And he's like, it's me from work. And like his name was like JP something. And I was like, and one of my buddies that was in the chat, he messaged me. He's like, dude, your face just went ghost white. And I was like, yeah, I mean, they know I do this, but I don't think they know the extent. It was like, because if they do, every time I mess up, it's like, oh, it's because you were doing your card stuff. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
not. But so, and then I kind of figured out who it was, and he called me after, and he's like, hey, it's this Pete from here. I was like, yeah, okay. And he's like, this is me, and that was me in the chat. And I was like, oh man, all right. He said, dude, I had no idea you broke. And I was like, yeah, you collect. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, because we used to work right next to a Target, and so a lot of the days at lunch, I was like, I got to get out of here for a minute. And I would just walk over to the Target and just see what they had, see if there's any new retail or anything. And he was like, I go to the Target all the time looking for stuff. I was like, wow, I don't know how I've never seen you. And so, I mean, me and him talk like almost every day now, just after, and we'd probably worked together for 2 years before then. And I mean, we talked just in passing, like, hey, Pete, how's it going? How's your weekend? And that'd be the extent of it. Like, I didn't know anything about the dude. And just the way that, which, I mean, obviously most hobbies and common interests do that, but I definitely feel like this is more of a bond, if you will, more of a, like something that brings people together more, just because there's like, we don't collect the same things, and no one I know, I don't, again, like I said, I'm in between PCs or whatever. It's like I don't know anybody that collects the exact same stuff. I mean, I'm in some, you're in group chats and stuff of similar interests, but that's, yeah, to me, again, that's what I always go back to, is like that's the common core of all of this, and I think that's going to remain one way or the other.
Completely agree. That's freaking awesome, though. I mean, Enzo and I, we were best friends in high school. Kind of fell apart a little bit through college. Then we started playing. We were playing Madden Ultimate Team like religiously. As my wife was pregnant, as I was getting married. Then my wife was pregnant. All of that. And when my son was born, and I started looking for more, because I was just like, I can't do this every day. This, like, I'm just wasting my life. So I started like looking for more, found the hobby. But like Enzo and I mean, I talk to Enzo more than my wife, and just because we're constantly texting ideas and, hey, we should do this break, hey, we should try this, whatever. And yeah, like just the fact that a bunch of dudes on cardboard kind of unlocked like a brother is just like the coolest shit, and just very like grateful for the hobby as a whole. And I just love that that's like everyone's energy. I mean, obviously there's outliers, but like for the most part, like so many people are in this, and they'll tell you like, oh, my favorite part is like talking to my brother about this, or I met some of my best friends on hobby Twitter, and like that shit is to your point, is not going away.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the best. Like I see Corey's in the chat. Like I met Corey at National 2021, and it's like, yeah, it's just like you're picking up with an old friend. It's never met him before then, and saw him again this year. It's the first time I'd seen him in 2 years, and what's up, Corey? What are you looking at today? And I think I ran into him at a table, and it's the whole, yeah, that's not going in. It is like I don't know. It's like I try to explain it to people, and of course it kind of comes off corny, but like who cares? And it like you're not, somebody's, oh, so you're just, like trying to find new friends and stuff. I'm like, no, it's not like not on like a dating app for finding friends or anything. Like it's just, these people share common interest, and not even a common goal really. I mean, it's just like, to kind of go back to Alabama football stuff, like obviously, do a lot around that, and you've got friends that, have tickets together and stuff like that. And it's not, it's not as big of a, I don't want to say as big of a bond, like it's a totally different thing. And it's more like, theoretically, when I go to Bryant Denny Stadium on Saturday, you got 101,000 people, 90,000 of them are, rooting for the team to win. But it's like, when it's said and done, everybody kind of goes their separate ways, and you don't really, but with this, like you stay connected, and you stay, maybe it's the social media aspect of it. I don't know, but I don't know. I just feel like it's different than other things.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been a competitive gamer my whole life, so I've been in different leagues for different games and all types of stuff, and it never had this. I'm sure there's something else out there that's like it, but I haven't found it, and I don't really plan on looking, because I really love the shit out of this. And yeah, now our goal is to help make sure that it always stays around in this form, right? And not in a gatekeepy, like it needs to be this way, but like the heart of it being community, the heart of it being the brotherhood, or fraternity, or whatever you want to call it. But
Right.
I think that it's just really cool to see somebody who maybe isn't even that vocal, but they'll go on Twitter and they'll say, "Hey man, I'm having a rough day. My tire just blew on my way to an interview," and 15 people reply, "Hey, here's $10. Go get your new tire." And you're like, "What?" Like, And it's not, and again, it's not someone that's like active or like that you like see all the time or that, but you had an interaction with them at some point and you're like, I'm going to help you because you're a part of this. And I don't see that shit elsewhere. And it's just really, really awesome place.
Yeah. It's like, you talked about that. It's like, I do the hit of the month thing, and at the end of the month, biggest hit, and then I'll donate $50 to charity of somebody's choice, or whoever hit the hit of the month. And this past week, Ryan, 2 Out Rally over here was his Singa Super Fractor Auto was hit of the month, and he wanted to donate to this charity. I forget the exact name, but it was like basically they're donating bicycles and stuff to underprivileged and to different parts of the world so they can go out and like have transportation and stuff. It was like a really good cause. And so he's like, all right, I'm gonna match your 50, and he apparently like 165 is the threshold for the bike. And he's like, all right, I matched Blake's 50, so we got 100, can we get 65 more? And that gets, a bike that buys a whole bike for someone. And like within 20 minutes, like 3 random people who weren't connected, they break with us and stuff, but like they weren't connected to the thread, were like in, and then like they had $165 that they didn't have an hour ago. And I never heard of the organization. Like,
Yeah.
At first I joked, I was like, I'm not buying you a bike. Like that's not, and I can't wait. It's going to happen someday. Somebody's going to be like, yeah, you're donating to the Blake Bollinger Fund. I was like, no. I was like, and I was like, okay. And so, yeah, it's like that community and that whole aspect of it. And that's the best part to me.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Well, we really appreciate having you on. We're definitely, we'll have to circle back. Also, are you going to be in Cleveland this year?
Plan on it, yeah. That's I've kind of on the fence about whether I want to set up or not, just because like you were talking about, but being able to, I enjoy both. I would like to have a home base, if you will, but at the same time, like be able to come and go. So I don't know if I might get something going and just have other people kind of ready to commit, and that way no one's tied to the spot the whole time. But at the same time, like I would feel insignificant. Like the Breakers Pavilions is a totally different thing, but I think they're kind of on you to be breaking most of the time. But like I always like setting up I would have the most insignificant showcase there, like, and there were some of them like I would go by. I'm like, people can spend their money however they want, but I know these tables aren't cheap, and like I don't know, like you've got a bunch of like $8 cards out there, like, and again, hobby how you want it, not gatekeeping, but like they're feel like the national. You go across the table where like there were literally like 6-figure cards, and then you'd come over here and like $6 would be the most expensive card to showcase. It's like I mean, I guess you do what you want to do. You're not getting your
Yeah, I always look at Enzo. I go, how are they paying for this booth? Those guys that are selling like $20 junk wax boxes, and I'm like, how are you guys here? Like, I mean,
right.
I know it's somebody's cup of tea, but also like financially speaking, this shit is not cheap. I don't know how you're doing this. It's almost like Arby's, like I don't like. It's not that it's bad, but I don't know how they're still open.
That's true. Yeah, it's a great variety though. Yeah.
Oh man, but so how can people find you? Where can they find your breaks? Where can they find your social media stuff? Just if people are watching, how can they find you?
The Deep Fried Breaks is the Twitter. It's where I'm mostly at and yelling at people. I try to yell less, but no, did not get that for the weekend. But no, it was. I'm at Deep Fried Breaks on Twitter for the most part. Website is where I post everything, deepfriedbreaks.com. But most of the time, and pushing it through Twitter. I've got Facebook. I say I have it all, but I don't. I finally joined the Discord world a couple months ago and still trying to figure that out. And it's fun. It basically has turned into a gambling chat, which is great. Again, back to all that.
Ours too.
Ours too. Yeah, it's our most active channel.
Yeah, and
Not gambling advice is the name of the channel.
ours is entertainment purposes only. So
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man. But dude, again, really happy that you were able to make some time and that you wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you got some Top Scrum Black to break.
Yeah, see if we can find anything.
Yeah, what are you hoping for? What's your call out?
Ooh. Let's go Otani auto. It's been a while.
All right, so here's the deal. If you pull an Otani auto, we're gonna give away $25 in break credit to your website.
And same, I will do the same. If we could hit it, I don't know if
let's hit it.
Yeah,
let's hit it.
I feel like these cases are, you're either gonna hit it and then like 4 other crazy cards, or
a booklet. You're like, I didn't even know this was on the checklist.
Daryl Strawberry and
Well, good luck with that. Again, thank you for joining. Make sure you guys check out what Blake's doing. You know that we are very particular about who we recommend, but can't recommend this guy enough. Really appreciate the time today. And
thank you all very much. And same to you. Keep fighting a good fight, doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sure we will speak soon. Hopefully cross paths soon, sooner rather than later.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
And until then, No Flow Nation, let's fry.
Let's fry.
All right. Thank you, gents. We'll see y'all later.
Hey, man. Take care. Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
All right. We're back. Back like we never left.
Back like we never left.
All right. Give me a second. What are we running? What are we doing? Who's on
you got
first?
the Bowman Sterling 2-box. You are, my friend. Looks like you might be the pony tonight.
Oh, yeah. No, I was more so saying, like, who's on first, the first baseman. I knew I was up. That's on me, though. I didn't communicate that.
No, that's my fault for assuming what you were talking about was the break.
You know what happens when you assume?
Yeah, dude, you make an ass.
No, you can be incorrect sometimes.
Yeah, all right, bet.
Welcome to Flows. I hope y'all enjoyed the pod. Give me a second while we get situated. And first up is going to be the Bowman Sterling 2-box.
Don't encourage him, Cat Dad. Hey, thanks, guys. We appreciate it. Blake is an awesome person, and yeah, it was a good show, man. Glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, to that point, if there's anybody you would like to have to see on our show, let us know. Send us a DM. Can't promise we'll be able to swing it, but we'll try.
Do our best. We'll get Cobra Koi on the show one day.
Now you're talking my language. Talking my language.
And Pop, your sheet is up in the November book.
Oh, my man's
You
starting
probably
a
don't
new
have
month.
bookmark yet.
No,
Yeah, and I just started this week.
my man.
Well, I got to a point where I'm like, are we just going to continue with the October sheets? Or are we just going to, we're almost past the point of no return.
We were. He's getting close. It was like the 10th is the cutoff.
Yeah, I would 9th or I'm getting sweaty.
All right. Almost. Almost there, guys.
Please send the notificaciones.
All right, let's get into this case here. Pull some boxes. Let me put the sky cam on. There you go. Sorry about that.
All right, and then what's the next? Let's see. I think we're down to 2 in the Top's Finest Master Box with the auto jersey, so that should go tonight as well.
Boom. That's just looking for a break. Jump in.
Yeah, Emart Sterling's got some nice stuff. Nice. Let's hit a nice black atomic. Yeah, people like the Memcat, Dad. We just re-upped on some football jerseys and helmets. And we got them at a good price, which always helps. We're trying to do it more with the other sports. It's sometimes hard because it's not as like easy as buying a hobby box. You know, like it's very limited.
All right.
So you kind of have to catch it on release, and like we're trying to be better about it and try to get as much as we can.
But yeah, we like it, and it's been good. We've been, for those of you who don't know, we're also consigning, and that includes MEM. So, all right, we need 2 boxes out of 5. 1 on the left, 3 on the, or 1 on the, 1 on the left, 5 on the right. I need 2 numbers. Give me 2. 5 and 1 more.
Family shop. Tell them, Carp. Family business.
And 1. Boom. All right. As you can see, we got plenty.
Bookends.
We got plenty of Sterling.
We got another 2 box up right now. Let's see what we have on that.
Cheaterson, welcome to Flow.
17 in the next one. We can run that.
All right.
These are nice. They're 5 autos per box, so it's 10 autos per stack. $24. Good odds there. 1 and 3. While the base autos aren't going to burn down your eBay or anything, you get some nice out of 10s or out of 25s. They'll move, especially the rookie autos.
Give me a second. I am gonna get the random set up, and then we'll do this damn thing.
Carpel's just going to take the Braves until we don't hit.
Yeah.
He found where the heat is, and he's just going to keep going.
He's just going back to the well.
Ooh, Carpel with 3 in Star Wars, down to 4 there.
Ooh.
Pop, you're going to be ripping all night.
I'm with it. I get an extra like 40 minutes of sleep tomorrow because I don't have to bring CJ in. I get to work from home.
Oh, that's so clutch.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like much, but extra 40 minutes of sleep hits so differently.
Oh, man. Might as well give me 4 hours,
wake up,
bro.
The sun's going to be like fully out.
Oh, yeah, bro.
It's really easier to wake up when the sun is out. Yeah, as long as there's Acuna buybacks. Yep.
Over the years, welcome to Flows. All right, let's do a random. If it's less than 5, we'll roll it again.
Holiday out of 10 pool in their break. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be a nice one.
8.
That's the Black Atomic, right? These Black Atomics are sharp.
8 is more than 5. That's correct.
I see your Braves purchase, Carpel, and I'm going to match you with the Ohtani MVP buyback chase. Burr. Sorry we couldn't pull a fast one on PSA. They really got us this time, huh, bud?
What happened?
We sent back in his T-Law that got Nate, and they got Nate again.
Oh no!
Yeah, they smoked us. They smoked our boots.
He said, "Not so fast, my friend."
You're not pleased with it. It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. Especially with the season he's having. Why not? Yeah, I think it was the SO was a little bit on the tougher side. Unfortunately, as the last two we sent before this, one was tough, one wasn't.
All right. The result is OMG. Bowtie Core getting the Diamondbacks. Clary with the Buccos. DJC Ryder, Marlins, Dodgers. Emart, Cardinals, Rays. Goldie Goat with the Royals. Mr. Pfeiffer, Chicago Cubs. Birthday Joe with the Reds. Jeterson, Twins, Angels, and Houston. Lars with the Blue Jays. Carpel with the Carpel 5-step. Mets, Brewers, Athletics, Giants, and Dads. M. Barnes, Yankees, Braves, Maroon. Tycho, Chicago White Sox. Rich Bryan, Detroit Tigers. River Seekers with the Orioles, Rutcap, Phillies, Rockies, VCH, Mariners, Nationals, W. Tolley, Rangers, Guardians, and Zach Alley with the Red Sox.
Go Sox.
Braves for Angels. Who has the Angels? Jeterson.
They upcharge your 9. Is that normal? Yeah, squat for a bigger card. It can be. It depends what the comps are on it. And I believe the T-Law comps, even though it is a 9. Make it worth more than just raw.
All right. Confirmed like you want the trade, or you're good on that like you don't want the trade? Just confirming. Okay, good on trade. That's what I thought.
Yeah, Squawk. So the last one sold yesterday for $1,650 in PSA 9 condition. One before at $1,200. So yeah, it shattered. Sometimes they get through though, which is why we do it like that. We've had some asinine stuff squeak through.
Dodgers for Nationals. Who is the Nationals? VCH. I don't know if VCH is here. If not any more trades, we will get rolling. That Topps Finest is closed.
Throw up another one.
Are we going to have any more gilded? We don't have any right now, but you never know.
All right. Let's put Star Wars on stage.
I like it.
Can we close Star Wars tonight? With Sapphire? All right, we'll get some new breaks up here momentarily.
As always, we have the stack grips for all the sports, except for soccer, because that's Cowtown territory. So if you want soccer, make sure you check out Cowtown Collect.
That's his realm.
But we got hockey, which has been moving. Was Allure Artifacts. The NFL Mosaic No Huddle Mini Helmet is not in hand. But the 5-box or 3-box and 2 mem mini sync mixer PYT is all in hand and ready to rock. The Bowman Chrome HTA and Chrome Hobby 2-tiered is in stock, as well as the Mosaic stack and the hockey. So all of that can go. Ruckcap said both his teams for the Pirates, Phillies and Rockies for the Pirates. Clary. I know Cloudy was here.
Yeah, but lest we ever forget Young Demo.
Oh man, Young Demo. Young Demo's my man, bro. I gotta email him. I don't know why he's not here. Phillies and Rockies for Pirates, Clary. Deal. All right. Don't you open up that window.
Don't you let out that anecdote.
Popping pills is all we know. People up and people. All right, putting the teams up at the top, and then we will we'll begin.
Should be good.
I just tried to drag my OBS screen to a monitor that wasn't on. What's that?
When you list breaks now on District, you can type in the quantity instead of having to click.
Oh, Wolfman, welcome to Flows.
No, I know.
Woo!
Oh boy. What are we gonna do with him? What are we gonna do with old Pap?
You don't love me. All right, Skycam tonight brought to you by Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
They give you the tools to be your own boss. That made my dog jump. As he should, Burris. If it didn't make your dog jump, then you wouldn't even own a dog. That's my question.
All right.
I'll hang up and listen.
So Tops was like, hey, yo, dog, I heard you like boxes. So you put a box inside of your box so you can box while you box.
They should have called this product Inception.
Yeah, bro, they really fucked up on that. How this is not Inception is beyond me.
Mistakes were made.
This is what would happen if Exhibit did the card.
Excuse me, Mr. Exhibit.
All right.
Craigslist Hunter, what up?
All right. 1 auto, 5 base. All right. Yoshida.
Did I kill somebody in the previous life?
Oh, hot.
Lloyd. Welcome, Lloyd.
Colson Montgomery to 199.
I missed you there, bud. Sorry.
Nelson Rada. Cassius. Detroit. Abel Bastidas to 150.
Rich Brian. There we go. Lloyd, how are things going over on the West Coast, North Side? Lloyd literally lives like as far as you possibly could while still living on the same continent as us.
Yeah, aside from what, like Alaska?
Yeah.
Ooh.
We'll say continent, like ooh, gold?
I think it's a non-auto, but we'll see. All right. Josh Young, Colas, Drew Gilbert, Xavier Isaac, Tamar to 50. There you go. A little PC cheese.
Nice.
Oh, and this is a acetate, John.
Oh, Ruckcap. I already know, bro. Just mark that down, Gemzo. Don't even ask Rut. Don't even say it.
And Jacob Berry. Berry and what?
Very, very good. Berries and what?
Berries and cream.
Cream, berries. I'm little lad that loves berries.
Berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream.
Skills really just got away with whatever they did in the 2000s. That shit was wild.
Berries? Berries and what?
What else?
Oh, God, bro.
Oh, man. Hate to hear that, Lloyd. Come down to Florida, brother. I can't guarantee you it's not worse, but...
The weather will be better, but...
The weather will be better. I can guarantee you that.
No promising about the stabbings, though.
Yeah, no promises.
All right. Nolan Gorman, Kid Cavalli, Mejia, Adley, Gavin Cross to 100. I really like this parallel.
Wow. Sterling, okay. I haven't looked. I haven't looked at any other breaks.
Me neither.
I said, you know what? I want to see it. I want to see it firsthand.
Elijah Green for the Nationals. Not bad.
Okay. All right. That's for VCH. Rutcap's in the next tier 1 finest master. Just uploaded that and another Sterling 2-box.
Let's go. We still have a whole nother box after one more mini box, so we got another base auto. It's all right. All right, Holiday, Montez, Morel, Corbin Carroll, Langeliers, and Mason Hour. The final hour.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Just going to say that.
If he gets called up, though, you know what that'll be? That'll be a happy hour.
Be a happy hour.
All right. Montgomery, Dion, Alex Ramirez, Marcelo, Reggie Crawford, and Manuel Beltran. Not bad.
Blue Jays.
All right.
You got him. That is... I can't read, so sorry in advance. Lars.
All right. Got some of the base autos out of the way. More boxes inside of boxes. No flow orange.
Oh, let's ride.
Auto. All right.
Possibly you.
Acuna, Ellie, Rada, Vientos, Michael Garcia, and Jackson Holiday. Let's go.
Oh, no way. No way. Somebody just hit that in a stack room. Oh, boy. River Seekers. Banger.
Let's go.
75. Bing bong.
Let's go.
Look at that hair, bro. He's going to fit right in Baltimore.
The Florials. The Florials.
Yeah, no, they got the flow, bro. Sheeta auto to 10 and a Trout auto to 5 in the same box. Ooh, I hope.
All right.
Good start. 2 color match hits right up on the podium.
No flow orange-ish. I mean, it's orange. It's just it's not at 25, but it's orange.
We'll accept it. We'll accept it because the team jersey color matches. So, ipso facto, it's still in the full line. That's a rule I just made up.
Bo Naylor, Cole Young, Arias, Brady House. How about a Leover out of 50?
Rut crushing it.
Rut with the 2-for-1 trade for his PC team. Getting a little PC love.
You know you're a Yenser, bro. You do the 2-for-1 straight up.
Yeah.
Give me them pit pirates.
Say Yin's guys are gonna understand when I hit big.
Can you confirm the transfer to Clary? What does that mean?
Well, what am I confirming?
Transfer of what?
Oh, stack shipping. Oh, you bought. Okay, got you. He bought.
One of your spots is for. Okay.
Yep.
All right, I will mark that down right now, so you would most likely forget later. Mark it down right here.
Junior to 99. Let's go.
Oh man.
Emart.
Bing bong. Speckle.
Let's go. Jordan Walker base.
Get out of here, Jordan.
Junior Caminero. 99s. If only he didn't get called up. It's funny, man.
Got that down, boys.
Funny how the game goes. I think he'll be fine though. He's nasty. That's a dog.
Yeah, you just gotta have a good spring training. But like Blake said on the show, he'd get called up 10 days before the season's over.
Steer, Meyer, Burleson, Miguel Vargas to 99 for the Dodgers. There you go, DJC. And Jordan Beck to 150 refractor auto.
Jeez, Jordan. We had a good thing going there. Adenzo does approve of the sparkle. Yeah, it's not green, Emart. Exactly.
Tragic. We had some good real talk on that podcast tonight.
Yeah, no,
There's things that need to be.
Nashville.
There's things that needed to be said, and I'm just glad that I'm not the crazy one.
The secret meetings, bro. Maybe one day y'all get an invite.
They don't want Blake and I there, bro.
Say y'all's piece.
Oh, we're gonna ride this wave. All right. Romero, Drew Jones, Gavin Cross, Jacob Barrett. How about a Michael Harris to 75?
Yes, sir.
Jeterson.
Big
Josue the Paula.
Bing bong.
What a box. What a box. Let's go.
See what I'm saying with the waves? Like, it looks so much better this year.
Yeah, there's another one of these up in the store, man.
Down to 13, 14.
That was a fun break, dude. All right, give me a second. I'm going to get the hit sleeved and top loaded. We'll do a quick hit recap.
That was juice. Yeah, it's 125, Burst.
Yes, sir.
Wave.
All right, next up, we're going to be doing Finest and an autographed jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you hit the jersey and it's not something you like PC or that you want to keep or give to someone, we do consignment on them too. So just let us know. Enzo can get you all the details. You can message us on any of our accounts, Instagram, TikTok. Just don't do Facebook because I don't get to those messages as often. Everything else is fair game. That's great. Jackson Holiday couldn't get a hotel room when he got called up.
Yeah.
That's funny, dude.
He's like, guys, I'm a Major League Baseball player.
They're like, yeah, honey.
Sure, kid. No, my dad's like a really good baseball player. You might have heard of him. Yeah, sure. All right. For whatever reason, I messed up the quantity on Tier 1 Finest Master, so that's back up.
We're back up on which one?
Here, Enzo.
Can anyone hear Enzo? Enzo's low.
Hello. Better?
Let me see.
Nah, hold on. I think it might have been me. Yeah, it was me.
All right, I cut the music down a little too.
Yeah, it was on my end mostly, but yeah.
I was just trying to make you feel better.
Nah, you're good. It hadn't moved all night, bro. I don't know what the hell changed.
You changed.
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude. Pretty sick boxes. Take it. That second box was wild.
All right, send notification out for the next break, Pop.
All right. Be ready.
Real humble kid. Which is interesting. Never know what the sons of the pro players.
I think it's just his hair.
Yeah, no.
Number one. All right.
His little brother is better? Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
All right. We have one box of Finest. We have one autographed jersey box.
Matt Holliday's forearms were, I believe it, they were bigger than your legs.
All
That dude is an animal.
right. And got our stuff here.
That's awesome.
All right, we're going to roll a dice. If it's less than 5, we'll roll it again. It's less than 5, so we'll roll it again. All right, 9 times. Best of luck.
9.
Got to roll each list 9 times.
9.
And Brian stayed at the top. That was weird. All right, 9 times. I had to like double take that I copied the list.
Brian.
Brian. All right, the result is all right. Brian with the Athletics, Cat Dad with the Guardians, Dane with the Tigers, DJC with the Dodgers and the Royals, Edouard with the Red Sox and the Reds, Emart with Seattle, Gamecock, Philly, San Fran and the Angels, Goldie Goff with the Dads, Jeterson with the Orioles, Lars, Twins, Braves, Carpel, Yankees, Blue Jays, M. Barnes, Cardinals, Mickmo, Cubs, Clary, Marlins, and the Pirates, Scrutzik with the Rangers, Smurt, Rays, White Sox, Brewers, Astros, Squawk with the Mets, VCH with the Rockies, and Zach Halley, Diamondbacks, Nationals. Yeah, Claudia, I'm sorry, bro. Did you dirty again? I thought the rack energy was gonna change, was gonna help you. It just all right. Any trades? This is Topps Finest and an autographed jersey. Some of the chases on the jersey box. Griffey Jr., Ortiz, Trout, Bonds, Nolan Ryan, Maddox, Jeter, Otani, McGuire, Carroll, Ichiro, Cabrera, Joe Carter, Kershaw, Hank Aaron. Anybody want the Marlins and the Pirates? 2 for 1. Dane said if he trades, it's going to be a Tiger in the jersey box for sure. That said, I could trade Detroit. Yeah, I'll say this: the one thing about these breaks with the mem is you obviously have like the main chases of the product, whatever the card product is, but the jerseys in the mem normally have a wide range between rookies and Hall of Famers. So really, like most teams are in the game in that world. And if you're in a stacker it for $16 and you hit the jersey, it could be the worst jersey on the checklist, and it's going to cover that $16 100%.
Yes.
But we've pulled some really good ones. We hit a Cal Ripken Jr. Hit a Mazeroski, I think was the last one we hit. All right, we're going to run it. The Jeets jerseys in this box.
Bing bong. Oh boy.
Oh man, and I had a stray bing bong left on the soundboard. it could definitely be a Yankee.
Griffey or Ichiro would be ill/sick.
I'm ill, not sick. I'm okay
and cool,
but my watch sick.
Did Angels and Cardinals trade go through?
Who's all right? Angels.
I I don't think so.
Who had the Angels? Gamecock. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
they did go through. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Sometimes it's tough to keep up with all of it. Everybody chatting away, which is good. Just sometimes we lose it. People helping people. Man, I see Todd jumping into Star Wars. How many? We got 2 left. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, 2 left.
Bro, basketball's been a little slow. I don't know if I took spots out for myself already, so I need to verify before I take more out. But
you did.
Okay, see, I did. So no, I'm already in. But I don't know where else the rest of the hoop heads are at. Oh, Clary's in. River Seeker's in for some more basketball. We got 1 Star Wars left. I'm pocketing it now. All right, you guys want to do the cards or the jersey first? Cards. All right, hopefully we hit a treasure chest, right?
That would be cool.
All right, we didn't hit a treasure chest. But we did hit, I believe, a green wave auto or a blue auto. I think it's a green wave auto.
Oh, it's finest. Yeah.
Oh, let me change the break title. That's on me. Sorry, guys.
You're in for a ton of fun. But now, basically, Claire, you get a random number 0 through 9, and you'll get all the cards ending in that number. So if it's a serial number 12 out of 100, that goes to the 2 spot. If it's not serial number, we go to the card number. And if it's not a number, like if it's an auto and has a letter, we go by what number letter in the alphabet. That's the spot it will go to.
Yeah, there's no sketches in this, but if there was sketch cards, they're just one of ones.
Yeah, one spot.
It goes to the 1 spot. But yeah, other than that. Okay, a little world's finest. Little refractor guy. All right, mini box number 1. Let's get it. JJ Bade, Vargas. You got a Vinny Paz to 100. Meneses, Harris, Libertor, DeGrom, Pete Alonso, Refractor, Goldschmidt, Young, Cole, Buxton, Shohei, Harper, Soto, Arenado, Real Muto, Arenado, Langlius, Bello, Ello, Max Meyer, Jordan Walker, Trey Turner, Refractor, Rodriguez, Garrett Mitchell, Rutschman, Ohapi, and our blue Gabriel Moreno to 150. Not bad, just not Corbin Carroll. Nolan Gorman. Oscar Colas to 99 for the White Sox. Smurr.
Smurgy, me love you long time.
Oh. Wash down whatever you had for dinner with a nice little Colas.
Nothing hit. You say that, but nothing hits like a morning Coke from McDonald's.
Oh no, dude! Honestly, I'll tell you what my guilty pleasure is when it comes to McDonald's breakfast. It's actually a large Sprite. Their fountain Sprite be snapping.
It really does, and it's funny. People don't really talk about that, but you're absolutely correct. It's different.
No, bro.
Can/bottled Sprite.
I don't mess with Sprite outside of McDonald's Sprite, but McDonald's Sprite snaps like no other.
Sweeter, bro.
I don't know what it is.
Steak bagel. With
Yes, bro. Talk dirty to me.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, dude.
Thought this was a PG-13 stream. So wait, it's 10:30. That's right.
I just went from 6 to midnight.
Yeah, no. Tony, that's what we're gonna do in Cleveland, bro. One day we're just gonna wake up and go have some good Mickey D's breakfast. Rutcap will make sure we're awake. Yeah, Carpo, they definitely do. Remember, Pop? We used to mess with that shit at the movies.
Oh hell yeah!
Increase the CG.
she be known as she drew. All right.
Remember when Carlos downed like one of the courtesy cups full of Vault syrup?
Oh yeah, no.
How are you doing this, Carlos?
Big Dumper, purple to 250. Beatty, Castillo Refractor, Corbin Carroll base, Alvarez base, Headliners Pujols, Grissom, Volpe, and how about a Grissom to 99? Okay. Green, Gonzalez, Steer, Leover, Refractor. We got a nice little refractor out of here. Let's see what we got. Michael Massey. All right.
Royals.
All right.
Royals. DJ Kreider.
All right. Now we get into the autograph jersey.
Surely.
Take these down so I don't knock them over. All right. Yeah, I do that like every time. So all right. All right, one box. Everybody knows the rules.
Stand by. Star Wars is
Wade Boggs. That's what I thought it was.
Oh, the chicken man.
I just wanted to make sure before I called it out. Wade Boggs.
War. Nice hit, brother.
I'm working on it, guys. First time. There we go.
For first time breaker. Long time listener.
That is definitely a Red Sox Wade Boggs.
All right, I'm getting the sheet ready for Star Wars.
Did he play for Cleveland?
Star Wars Nation.
Now you have me second guessing, but I don't. Looks like a Red Sox.
Be a Red Sox Boggs. He said no. What a troll.
I was like,
I was about to say.
I missed.
I was about to say, you wait 1 second.
Baseball does that though with these jerseys because they don't like football. They're normally like logoed up.
Yeah, it's definitely the Angels Boggs, guys.
You said that was Edouard?
Yep.
Cool. All right, so what we got next?
Star Wars.
Bum, 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 bum. All right. All right, so it's a 2 box. I'm making that up. 2 box.
No, it is. You are correct.
All right, we need 2 boxes. We have 4 boxes. Give me a number. 2 numbers. 1 to 4.
We gotta have 2 out of those 4.
Give me 2 numbers. First 2 that I see, I'll be taking out because we're not using them. 1 and 3. Better luck next year.
Chosen one.
Where is it?
You would save the force.
You were the chosen one.
All right. Let me get the random set up. Let's do that.
All right. Got your sheet ready, sir?
Thank you, sir.
Hey, bro.
Don't mention it.
You're welcome.
Got him. Fucker.
Well, man, Pops me really beat Enzo for no reason.
4 and 20 and 6 and 9.
Nice.
Nice
numbers. All right, we'll get another Star Wars up for the next stream.
Is 69 even 69 if you don't say nice after?
Yeah, it's not. I think it's no.
All right, let's roll the dice.
On the internet, it said it's not.
It says not. If it's less than 5, we'll roll it again. That was a fresh roll. It was just the same dice. I was like, I checked the timestamp. 9 times on the names. All right, we got Goldie Goof down to Goldie Goof, the Goldie Goof sandwich.
The Brian Staxton stack sandwich.
The Staxton Club. Is he in the middle here? Oh, man, I thought he had a third spot. If he would have been in the middle, that would have been the Staxton Club. All right, 9 times on the numbers. All right, 2 down to the 0. We'll see who has the lucky one. Jeterson, best of luck. The one of ones will be yours. Just gotta find one. All right, Goldie Gopher with the 0, Jeterson with the 1, Gopher with the 2, Todd with the 3, Gamecock 4, Carpel 5, Clary 6, Carpel 7 and 8, and Todd number 9. Let's do it.
Tombo number 9.
Any trades?
The real question is
Bing bong. The chosen one.
Yeah. Oh shit! Let's go. What in that 2-tier, John?
Yeah.
It's a fun little break.
I haven't bought a Bowman card in like 3 months.
Oh my god!
I know, it's kind of sick.
Who are you?
I know. My last purchase was a Tovar Topps Chrome Blue Auto.
Oh man!
I know. No, I know. Bowman.
My man's been buying too much
5.
basketball.
He's trading numbers by. Clary knows cereals better than we do, bro. 100%. Man, hustle jaw. Yeah, how did the cereal break work? Over here trading numbers.
That's like when my grandma used to play rummy with us. She'd be like, so 7, 8, 9. They all have to be puppy toes? You're like, clubs, grandma?
That shit never gets old when you tell me that.
Bro, I will forever have that ingrained in my fucking brain that my grandma used to call them shits puppy toes.
And you'd say, why, grandma? And then she'd say,
because why's the crooked letter?
like, what? That is not an answer.
This is not an answer.
Yeah,
at all.
all right. Yeah, it is kind of crooked. I mean, it's not.
I don't know how that applies here, but you're not wrong. All right. Let's ride. Yo, Enzo, random question, bro. What'd you have for lunch today?
So I had a lunch meeting. So I went to this Mexican restaurant. And I had a grilled chicken bowl, hold the sour cream, hold the cheese.
You went to a little Mexican restaurant. Was it like a cha cha cha?
No. Called Casa Grande, the big house.
Does anybody know the cha 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 reference?
Let's talk about that for a second. Wait a second. So it's called Casa Grande, and like you're like, oh, that sounds good. If I called a restaurant the Big House, I don't think it goes over as well. Thoughts?
Nah. When I hear big house, I
think of prison.
Yeah. My grandma lives in an assisted living facility, but she lives like off to the side, in like a smaller house. So she refers to the main building as the big house.
Oh boy.
By the way, there's no foot orange. I was just talking. Didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, no, I peeped it. Burris, your wife brought you Firehouse.
Oh,
Maybe you should
man.
marry her.
I don't know if anyone's ever told you this. You should marry her.
Ooh, Aqua.
All right. We got an orange. We got an aqua. Box one. Here we go.
Oh man, Big House sounds like you're getting sent to Michigan to steal signs.
All right. 88 cards, 22 stickers. Return of the Jedi. Let's go into the 3 spot. The Ranker Pit. By the way, real quick, just for those that are just seeing this for the first time, you see 36 that goes to the 6 spot. I'll read them out, but just so you know where I'm coming up with this number. Let's go into the 6 spot.
Mm-hmm.
The new Death Star. We'll do one more just for the show. Going to the 9 spot, and then everything that's numbered, I'll actually like show you, and we'll go through. All right, Droopy McCool. That's what they called Enzo in high school. Number 1.
What?
Toward the Desert Palace to the 1 spot. The Emperor's Arrival to the 9. Bosch's Captives to the 4. Beto and Ajawa to the 9. The Heroic Droids, aka Huntbot, to the 9. Above the Sarlacc Pit to the 4 spot, Han Solo's Plight. This is me the first time I smoke weed.
I think that's a very similar
To the 7 spot. The Confrontation to the 2 spot. Princess Leia to the 5 spot. Princess Leia Strikes Back to the 5 spot. Princess Leia Has the Force to the 7 spot. Captured to the 5 spot. Bib Fortuna.
That's my guy.
Out there somewhere, someone wants a Bib Fortuna. Princess Leia swings into action. Just in case it gets messy. Face of Terror to the 4 spot. Watched by Boba Fett, and now we watch him. Interesting. The Courageous Ewoks to the 3. R2-D2 to the 9. Checklist 67 132 going to the 2 spot. Deadly Plunge going to the 8 spot. And our first piece of numbered color, 24 of 75, entering the throne room. Go to the 4 spot, Gamecock. There you go. Now, obviously, when you're looking for the numbered stuff, the more popular the scene or character, the better. You'd be really surprised at what some of the big characters and scenes do really well. The Princess Apprehended going to the 2 spot. Time Out for Love going to the 5 spot. Chewie, let's go! 25 of 25,
Wow.
Carpel. Let's go. This might be the best Star Wars Sapphire that I've hit. That's so gas.
Chewbacca to 25. Let's see.
Chewy. $25 of 25. Very nice.
Cannot find it. Probably a good sign.
All right. Box number 2. Definitely not a bad first box. Early victory lap. My 1 to 3 pick. Yeah, dude, you removed the boxes. And this is what was left behind. You did a great job. We got another Aqua to 75. Bio due diligence. Welcome to Flows. Oh man, I didn't even see my favorite CPA sneak in here.
Yes. He does that, bro. He's sneaky. Sneaky.
Purple. Oh boy.
Wow, is that to 10?
I do believe, sir. All right. Can we top last one? The battle begins. To the 2, captured by the Ewoks. To the 8, path to destiny. To the 4, Salicious B. Crumb. It's my that was my betting account after last weekend. To the 6 spot, Decarbonized. There's another.
Carbonized is also our betting account.
I was gonna say there's another weed or betting joke in there. I just hadn't gotten to it. Luke Skywalker, the Jedi, to the 1 spot. Sail Barge Battle to the 0. Psy Snoodles. That's actually a good name. I didn't see your joke, Rat, but that's just because I'm multitasking. That was a good joke. The throne room joke, I'm here for it. Intergalactic Gangster to the 5. That's a badass fucking name. Within the Death Star to the 5. The Soldiers of the Empire. The Empire. Not for the weak-hearted. The Rescuer to the 8. The Emperor's Offer. That's my guy. To the 8. Han Solo's In Trouble to the 5. Ooh, that's cool. Vader Checklist, 1 of 66. So, it's actually going to the 1 spot. Almost got fooled there. 131. The Sail Barge and the Desert Skiff to the 8. Portrait of Chewbacca to the 9. C-3PO and R2-D2 to the 8. A Full-Fledged Jedi to the 1. Break for Freedom to the 8. And now let's get into our color here. Oh boy. Gamorrean Guard. The Forest Fighters. Horrendous Creature. The ultimate mission is Han Solo giving up. All right. Luke Skywalker, now a Jedi. That's probably solid. 52 of 75. Going to the 2 spot. Goldie Golf. I was like picking up boxes and stuff to like find my card sleeves, and there was some sitting right next to me. It's all right. Pain.
My tears are hitting the ground. Ooh,
Pain all over.
pain all over. But we pushed through.
All right, we got one more big one. Hopefully, it is a solid one. Serious situation. That's what Claudie's having right now. Luke Skywalker surrenders to the 4 spot. Yoda, the Jedi Master, and bizarre alien creatures.
Is that a 10 of 10?
It is. Going to the 0 spot. Goldie Goph.
Yeah, you did 1 of 1. Math checks out. Jeff said it.
The math guy said it. So bizarre alien creatures, 10 of 10. Going to one of the most bizarre alien creatures I know. Goldie Goph. Very on brand for Goldie Goph there. All right, dude. Really not bad. Obviously, the Chewbacca out of 25. And then 2 out of 75s. Skywalker now a Jedi and entering the throne room. And the 10 of 10, bizarre alien creatures.
Hell yeah.
That was dope. We got 2 more boxes of that. We'll run that back on Saturday. I think Thursday we're gonna not have a stream. I say that tentatively because sometimes I get the itch. Send that Chewy through Gemzo. Get Gemzo subs because they are good.
We love the meat.
But yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. All right. Do we have anything else? We're down to 12 in the Bowman Chrome Hobby and HTA 2-tiered. What else is close, Enzo? Are we?
I think that's pretty much it. The new Star Wars is down to 10. I say down. So it's at 10. But yeah, you can rest assured if we don't have a stream Thursday, Saturday is going to be a motion picture.
Yeah.
Beverage.
Also, if you're into buying singles, I'm gonna have a ton of stuff. Probably starting tomorrow, but definitely Thursday and Friday. I'll be running some stack sales on Twitter. For those of you not familiar with my stack sales, you can get cards for the low, and I'm not just saying that. If I have 9 cards that are $1, I will post them for $1 each, or take the whole lot for $5. I do that a lot, and a lot of people love it. There's definitely deals to be had. I'll probably have a few mystery packs as well.
Love the mystery packs.
Last one I think we did, I did $100 mystery pack, and the guy was definitely pleased with the result. It will not be on district just because of how I do my pricing. It's just very hard to have it in a static way. Just because there's always room for negotiation, and a lot of times people claim multiple lots, and I just not ready for that. But yeah, it'll be all over Twitter. I'll probably have a different post each day, and then it'll be a whole thread for the day. I think last time I did about 100 lots. It'll probably be in that range. But yeah, be on the lookout. I have all sports: football, basketball, soccer, hockey, F1, Star Wars. So, ton of stuff. I just saw your shit, Claire. Yo, again, thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for tuning in for the podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, let us know if there's other people you want us to interview and have on. Ultimately, we have fun doing the show, but we really just want to give you all value. If you want something, let us know. Try to make it happen. Enzo, you have anything for the peeps?
No, that is all, my friend. Well, I'll see you guys Saturday. I will for sure not be here Thursday, even if Pop stream. So
Yeah.
I will see you guys Saturday. In the meantime, behave yourselves.
Clary, it's
Weird.
It's at Papillon Trading. Is my Twitter.
Yeah, mine's at Creature of the Cantina.
Fuck out of here.
I might go to Cantina on Friday night.
Oh, bro, why? Why you gotta do it like that? I want to go.
Call you from the prison.
I'm gonna meet you there Friday night, Cantina.
Say less about it.
All right, we'll see you guys at the Cantina on Friday. Until then, no Nation.